Shalom and welcome to Walking the Walk, a linguistic analysis of the terms in Psalm 119. As we've said before, there are 9 terms that are consistently used to describe the word of Yahweh, and today we'll be looking at the second of those, the word that is translated as testimony. The Colonel says you can't understand Hebrew unless you know what it says. Hebrew is constructed in such a way that the words with similar letters have related meanings. By examining the related roots of each word, we come to a better understanding of what Hebrew words really mean. The word that is translated as testimony, witness, or precept of God is edah, and we're going to look at 2 of these words simultaneously. They're both feminine nouns, but they both come from the same root. One is edah, and the other one is edut. The word edah is singular, but in this psalm it almost always appears in the plural, and which is edot. It looks very similar to edut, but edot is plural. It corresponds to the Greek word martyria, which is the word where we get our word for martyr. And so when we think of a martyr, the martyr is the one who has the witness of what Yahweh is doing in the earth. Here is a list of the verses in Psalm 119 where you will find either edah or edut. In Genesis 21:30 we see this word used, edah. And he said, For these 7 ewe lambs shalt thou take of my hand, that they may be a witness unto me that I have digged this well. This is Abraham talking to Abimelech, and they make a covenant there about who dug the well after a great deal of fighting between the 2 parties. And they give, as part of the covenant, they give 7 lambs, and this is a witness to remember forever. In Deuteronomy 6:20, And when thy son asketh thee in time to come, saying, What mean the testimonies, and the statutes, and the judgments which Yahweh our God hath commanded you? So this is the idea of testimonies. The other form of this word, edut, closely related in spelling and definitely in meaning, also means testimony and witness. Exodus 26:34, And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark of the testimony in the most holy place. This is Aron ha'edut, the ark of the testimony. The testimony is what are the things that are inside the ark, and they give testimony, they give witness to the things that Yahweh has done in the lives of the people. Numbers 17:8, And it came to pass that on the morrow Moses went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi was budded, and brought forth buds, and bloomed blossoms, and yielded almonds. So this is from the story of Korach and the rebellion. There were some people who were contesting the right of the tribe of Levi to be the priests for the people, and Moses set up this test according to instructions, and each leader of the tribe, of the 12 tribes, brought their staff, and their staff is just a dead stick, and they left them overnight in the Ohel Moed, in the tabernacle, and Levi's staff, the staff that Aaron had brought, not only budded and sprouted, but it actually yielded fruit. Both words come from a verb root, adah, which means to pass over or attack, and by the extension of passing over or causing something to pass over a person, we get the idea of a decoration or an ornament or an adornment. Job 28:8, The lion's whelps have not trodden it, nor the fierce lion passed by it, in a literal meaning of walking past something or going past something. In Ezekiel 16:11, I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thy hands, and a chain on thy neck. So as Yahweh is reminding the people of how he rescued them from near death at the time of their birth, and how he picked them up and brought them up, and he clothed them and he adorned them with these ornaments. The passage starts out in Ezekiel and I passed by and saw thee in thy blood. By extension, a da means a congregation or an assembly, and the fact that the group of people give witness and give testimony to whom they serve for good or evil, as we'll see. Exodus 12:3, Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. So this is the beginning instruction for Passover. And it's spoken unto all the people who are Israelites. In Psalm 22:16, For dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me, they pierced my hands and feet. This is an assembly of wicked people, and they give testimony to the wicked things that they do. Here, the wicked thing that is being prophesied of is the nailing of Messiah to the tree. It's worth noting here that in this verse, in the Hebrew, there is no word actually for pierce, but it just says they have done to my hands and feet like a lion would do. A shorter version of this word, a related word, ed, means also witness. Genesis 31:44. Now therefore come thou, let us make a covenant, I and thou, and let it be for a witness between me and thee. And further down, this is the witness between Laban and Jacob. They build a pile of stones to represent the fact that they have made this covenant. And Laban called it Yagar Sahadutah, and Jacob called it Gal Ed. So we see right into the name of what Jacob called it. It's a pile of rocks that is a witness, ed. It's the same ed. The word that Laban called it is an Aramaic name, which presumably means the same thing. In 1 Samuel 12:5, And he said unto them, Yahweh is witness against you, his anointed is witness this day, that ye have not found aught in my hand. And they answered, He is witness. The word ad, which is spelled the same way, the vowel is different, means in perpetuity or continuing or something that continues forever. Exodus 15:18, Yahweh shall reign forever and ever. You are familiar probably with this Hebrew phrase, le'olam va'ed. Le'olam means until the end of the age, until as far as we can see in time, and then some more, va'ed, and more. We're going to see the meaning of more as it relates to this root. Psalm 19:9, The fear of Yahweh is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of Yahweh are true and righteous altogether. In Isaiah 9:6, a very well-known verse, it's verse 5 in the Hebrew, For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. That phrase, Everlasting Father, in Hebrew is Avi Ad, the Father of perpetuity, the Father of forever. In Isaiah 45:17, But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. Again, the phrase in Hebrew is ad olmei ad. The first ad means up until the point. We're going to look at that in a minute. Olmei, all the worlds that there are. Ad, forever. And we translate that as world without end. Ad olmei ad. So as we said, this word also makes a preposition. It means up until something, or as far as something, or while something else is happening. Genesis 3:19, In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return to the ground. For out of it thou wast taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. So this is odd up until the point. You're going to work hard, Adam, and you're going to sweat for your bread up until that point. as far as that point in time, and then you will go back to the ground. Genesis 13:12. Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent toward Sodom. He went right up to the point of Sodom. He was living just in Sodom or close to Sodom, just right up to the point of where the city was. Genesis 48:5. And now thy two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which were born unto thee in the land of Egypt, before I came unto thee into Egypt, are mine. As Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine. Jacob is adopting Joseph's sons as his own. But the sons were born before, up until the point that Jacob arrived in Egypt. They were born before that time. Exodus 33:22. And it shall come to pass, while my glory passeth by, that I will put thee in the cleft of the rock, and I will cover thee with my hand while I pass by. During that time, up until the point that I'm already passed by. This is, of course, Moses is hiding in the rock as the glory of Yahweh passes by. Psalm 74:9. We see not our signs. There is no more any prophet, neither is there any among us any that knoweth how long. The idea is up until what point in time? How long will that take? Ad matai. Until when? Up until what point in time? Another related word is od. Perhaps if you take a Hebrew class and it's a conversation class and the teacher wants you to repeat what they're saying over and over, they say od pa'am, another time. So the idea of od is to repeat or to return or to do something again and again. And this is where the idea of a warning or a witness comes in, where you repeat your testimony or you repeat your warning because you keep coming back to it over and over again. Exodus 19:21. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto Yahweh to gaze, and many of them perish. Right in the right moment before the 10 words are being given to Moses on the hill, the people need to step away, and Yahweh gives a warning to them, and he charges them. He's going to tell them over and over again, don't let the people break through. Deuteronomy 4:26. I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day, that ye shall soon utterly perish from off the land whereunto ye go over the Jordan to possess it. Ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall be utterly destroyed. A serious warning. And Yahweh calls 2 witnesses, as we know we need 2 witnesses. The repetition over and over, how many times the prophets are giving the same warning. Don't disobey your God because you will be cut off. It's something that, an idea that they keep returning to, and it gives witness to the people that they have done evil in the sight of their God. Jeremiah 42:19. Yahweh hath said concerning you, O ye remnant of Judah, go ye not into Egypt. Know certainly that I have admonished you this day. I have given you a warning. I have testified against you this day. 2 Chronicles 24:19. Yet he sent prophets to them to bring them again unto Yahweh, and they testified against them, but they would not give ear. As we said, the prophets keep bringing the same message, od, again and again, and it's a testimony against the people. It's a witness against the people. Od can also be used in the sense of more. Yet again, in Genesis 4:25, Adam knew his wife again, another time. It was repeated, and she bare a son and called his name Seth. For God, she said, hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. In Genesis 7:4, right before the flood, for yet 7 days, another 7 days are coming, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. In Genesis 8:12. And he stayed yet another 7 days. Again, there were 7 more days. And sent forth the dove, which returned not again to him any more. It didn't come again. Lo od. Numbers 18:22. Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die. They should not do it again. It should not be repeated. Deuteronomy 34:10. And there arose not a prophet since in Israel like unto Moses, whom Yahweh knew face to face. And this is at the end of the 5 books of Moses. We know that another prophet since has come, but in that time there was no one like Moses. There was no repetition of the type of person that Moses was in those days. Ezekiel 37:22. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And they shall be no more 2 nations, and shall they be divided into 2 kingdoms any more at all. All these 3 words are considered od. It shall not be repeated that there will be 2 nations. It shall not be repeated that they will be 2 kingdoms any more in all of perpetuity. Once Yahweh brings the people together in the land, there'll be 1 king. There will be no more dividing of the people. Another related word we talked about a little bit, adim, which means ornaments. Exodus 33:4. And when the people heard these evil tidings, they mourned, and no man did put on him his ornaments, in the light of the golden calf incident. Jeremiah 2:32. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. We are the bride of the Messiah, and there are ornaments. There's a way that he decks us to adorn us. We'll see what that is. Another related word with the same root is moed. We have talked a little bit about how a prefix mem can make a noun. And you are I'm sure familiar with the moedim that are in Leviticus 23, the appointed times, and a moed can also be an appointed place. Genesis 1:14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons, that's the moedim, and for days and years. Later we see the moedim are defined in Leviticus 23 as the Shabbat and the 7 feasts of Yahweh. Genesis 17:21. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. It's an appointed time. God has a time when he's going to accomplish certain tasks, and this is moed. Psalm 102:13. Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her, yea, the moed, the set time is come. There's an appointment for that. The moed can also be the congregation. It's an appointed place. It's an appointed group of people. It's an appointed time for gathering. Exodus 33:7. And Moses took the tabernacle and pitched it without the camp, afar off from the camp, and called it the tabernacle of the congregation. And it came to pass that every one which sought Yahweh went unto the tabernacle of the congregation, which was without the camp. Exodus 39:32. Thus was all the work of the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation finished, and the command of Israel did according to all that Yahweh commanded Moses, so did they. We see this frequently as a name for this gathering place in the wilderness, Ohel Moed, the tent of the congregation. It's the appointed meeting place. In Isaiah 14:13, and for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. As we know, this is Lucifer, the fallen angel, who was trying to exalt himself above God. Cognate roots are roots that are related to each other by linguistic rules of sound shift, and we're just going to look at one cognate root of this ayin daled root today, and that's ayin tav. Daled and tav are both dentals. They're formed in the same place in your mouth. D has a voice with it. T is voiceless. The first word is et, and it means a time of an event or any experience. This is the word that's used in Ecclesiastes, a time to sow, a time to reap, a time to laugh, a time to cry. This is et. It's a specific time of an event. Genesis 18:10, and he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life. And lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son, and Sarah heard it in the tent door and was behind him. We saw the other verse talking about Yahweh says, I will return at the set time, moed. This is according to also a specific time, an et. Leviticus 16:2, and Yahweh said unto Moses, Speak unto Aaron thy brother, that he come not at all times into the holy place, within the veil before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark, that he die not, for I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat. So you can't just come any old time, but it has to be at a specific appointed time. Leviticus 26:4, Then I will give you rain in due season, at an appointed time, when it's the right time for the rain. And the land shall yield her increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit. Psalm 31:15, My times are in your hand. Deliver me from the hand of mine enemies, and from them that persecute me. Psalm 102:13, Thou shalt arise and have mercy on Zion, for the time to favor her, yea, the set time is come. Again, we just looked at this verse. Both words are there in a parallel construction. The et, the time to favor her, and moed, the set time, the appointed time when Yahweh is going to do something specific. Another word that's related to et, which is a time and a specific time, is atah, and that means now. This is atah with an ayin. Don't confuse it with atah with an aleph, which means you. Genesis 22:12, and he said, Lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him, for now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. This is, of course, within the story of the binding of Isaac. Abraham has passed a certain test that Yahweh was looking for something. Not that Yahweh didn't know what would happen, but maybe Abraham didn't know what happened. And the angel says, Now I know. In Psalm 113:2, Blessed be the name of Yahweh from this time forth and forevermore. Yehi Shem Yahweh Mivarach. Let the name of Yahweh be blessed. Me atah, from this time, atah, va'ad olam, up until the end of the age, for as far as we can see. Me atah v'ad olam, from this time forth and forevermore. What does the idea of testimony mean within the spiritual life of a believer? The testimony of Yahweh continues forever. There is a verse within Psalm 119 which says, for all of creation, everything that has been consummated in this life, I can see an end to that. But your commandment is exceedingly broad. Your command will go on forever and ever. Yeshua said, I didn't come to destroy the law, but to fulfill it up with meaning, to do it, to complete it. He was the man without sin. Therefore, he must have kept all the commandments. His life is a testimony to who Yahweh is and what he does in our lives. A witness is one who has a testimony. If you have experienced something, if you've seen it, if you've heard it, as John spoke of, he gives the testimony. These things we saw with our eyes, these things we felt with our hands. We knew Yeshua we can give the testimony for that. Our testimony identifies us as being part of his congregation. When we give that witness, when we keep the Moedim, this is identifies us. When we wear tzitzit, people know, oh, you're part of that congregation of those people that does those things. It is a testimony and a witness. Those things beautify us. They are our ornaments. The Moedim, the festivals, make us beautiful. I don't know how that works. I just know that it is one of the rules of our God, that when we keep his testimonies, we are a beautiful people. There is a specific time. Yahweh sent up the Moedim, and he wants us to keep those at a specific time. And the time to start doing these things is now. I'm sure that there are many other ideas that have come into your mind as we have discussed these roots for testimony, the idea of forever, the idea of ornament. And I pray that it's been a blessing to you, to encourage you in your walk with the Lord and walking that walk. In the meantime, Tasimet ha'inayim al hashemayim, keep your eye on the sky, your redemption draweth nigh. Shalom.